Right, we got a thumb throttle from Don Johnson. I don't think that was his name, but kind of makes me wonder, huh? Let's see if this marketplace piece is legit or if it's crap. I'm gonna open this in real time here. Dun, 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 dun. Missing 2 goddamn bolt screws. What the frick? Ah, it's not how it was pictured. All right, got the next package. This one is a thumb throttle from eBay. Go ahead and open this one up in real time. See what we got here. And do we have a legitimate part? And another bag. So we have a thumb throttle. Looks all right. Damn it, missing a bolt. See, this is not what this item was supposed to be either. You know, this was not in the picture either, this white part here. So, I don't know what's going on with these sellers. They are definitely not representing what they're selling to be correct. So, I'm gonna have to message this guy and be all like, what the hell? Looks like eBay is not a reputable place either to buy parts. So, definitely gonna have to stop buying used parts and just go buy new, apparently. This video, I am going to discuss buying used parts, whether it be on eBay or Facebook. Not necessarily marketplace, but a Facebook group, I guess you could say, one that you may be involved in. I purchased a part off of a Kawasaki Suzuki, Kawasaki Suzuki Arctic Cat 400 site. And as you know, this bike needed a thumb throttle to replace the twist throttle that came on it. So I looked locally, tried to source one out, couldn't find one. And I looked at new. A new assembly is $145, I do believe, right around there. I didn't really want to pay that much, so looked around, and I knew there were some on eBay, and they were going for anywhere from like $50 on up for a used one. Most of them didn't look very good. And then I stumbled across a post that someone had posted on Facebook, one of the Suzuki groups, and he had a bunch of parts for sale, including a thumb throttle. He was asking 20 bucks for it, and the picture that was on the group looked legit, it looked nice, it looked clean. I do not know if it had the bottom bolts that were, to hold the clamp, holding onto the handlebars there. So, rather than asking, I just kind of took a shot at it, because I figured if it was incomplete, he would have posted pictures showing that it was incomplete. But it did look good, and I inquired about it. I asked him if he still had it. He said yes, and I asked him what shipping costs would be to meet my zip code, and he said right around, I think it was like $13, $14, something like that. So with the part and shipping, the total was $34, which was not bad. You know, it sure beat paying $50, $80, $140 for one. So I don't normally buy stuff on Marketplace because I don't like, you know, to be at their mercy, to misrepresent a part. I like to look at the part, see the part, and then, you know, pay them cash and then just walk out with it. So I was very leery about doing it, but I did message him and I did end up purchasing the part. I did take a screenshot of our conversation within that post, and the part that was pictured in the post, which was a real nice looking thumb throttle, and paid the guy, no issues there, sent me a tracking number, and a few days later I received the item. You will see me open that item after I got it on this post or on this video, and I was disappointed. It was not the part that was being represented in the picture. It was a far cry from the part that was being represented in the picture. So I have his messages here. I'll go ahead and read them, and you guys will get an idea of how this whole thing played out. So like I said, there was no problem. You know, he did say he was going to ship it out earlier, but you know, he waited a few days to ship it out, which is fine. I have no issue with that. I was not in a hurry. So I'll start with my text after I received the part, but before I messaged him, I did go back onto that post to make sure that I was not mistaken, that there was no other thumb throttle on there that I may have missed or something, because the post just said thumb throttle assembly. There was no number in front of it saying he had many or multiples, so I was under the impression that he had one, and that one was the one picture. So after I got it, I did go back on there and screenshot the picture that was on the post of that better looking thumb throttle, and then I messaged the guy. That way, if there's any issues, you know, with the posting, that, like, I knew he could change it at any point, so that's why I took the screenshot before I messaged him and then messaged him. But I said, dude, what is this you sent me? It's certainly not the one pictured, and it is missing 2 screws and the bottom clamp with bolts. I would expect a complete part, not something missing parts. He said, I don't know what post you were looking at, but those pics are posted. So he says, you must have seen an old post. Even the listing that we're texting under now has those same pictures. So when I went back onto the post, the pictures updated, and it was like a seat, an exhaust, and then the thumb throttle. And then the 4th picture was a parking brake assembly, and then there might have been some other pictures on there, I don't recall. But when I went back on there, the 3rd picture that was the thumb throttle had now disappeared, and there were 2 pictures of this thumb throttle that he sent me on the pictures now. So now this thumb throttle was pictured there at the tail end of the sequence of pictures. So I knew he manipulated it, he edited it just to show that, you know, this is the one he was trying to justify that, you know, was pictured. So I said, dude, you just changed the pics. This is the pic I saw, and I sent him the screenshot that shows clearly that as of February 3rd, this was the picture that was on there. So this is my screenshot, and you can see clearly that there is a picture of that thumb throttle down there, and it says it was updated February 3rd. Then he proceeds to send me another picture of the thumb throttle that I have. He said, exactly, you're looking at an old listing. This listing was updated last Friday, February 11th. The old listing is what I messaged you on, and this scratched up throttle lever was not even on that post. I have pics of everything, so let's refund the money and I'll send it back, or at least send me the bottom clamp with bolts so I have a usable part. So I needed these 2 bolts on the bottom and the clamp that goes across there so I can actually mount this to the bike. He proceeds to tell me, if you click on the top, you will see the listing. You text me and has those photos. I understand that, you know, when you change the photos, that now it's going to reflect those pictures. Says click here, you'll see, and then see, you know, and he's sending me all these screenshots. And I said, not true. I'm giving you the chance to make it right, but guess I'll just deal with PayPal. You certainly are not being honest. And then he proceeded to say, you're trying to hold me accountable for a mistake you made. Send it to PayPal. Thanks and have a great day. So not is he not going to work with me and just send me those parts that I need, you know, now he's just, you know, blowing me off. So I said, I certainly did make a mistake. You changed it on your end. I know what I saw because it was the same one you posted on eBay for $65, which is true. I did see that same picture that was posted on eBay. And I said, I have all the conversations with the original pics. The claim is already in with a case number to PayPal. So as he's playing games, I went ahead and filed a claim with PayPal. He says, if I updated it, you would have got a notification saying listing has changed. And yes, if you manipulate the price and change the price, you will get an update. But if you're doing that with pictures, you're not going to get an update. So then he sends me a screenshot of the thumb throttle that was pictured that he sold on January 5th. So not only is this post dated February 5th, February 3rd with that thumb throttle on there, but he is now admitting to selling that thumb throttle a month ago on January 5th. So he says that thumb throttle was sold back in January, but as of February 3rd, it is still posted on his page. And why would I post it again if it's sold? Well, obviously he never went back and changed the picture because he has sold it and he just told me he sold it. He showed me a picture that he screenshotted that he sold it. And he said, you made a mistake and want me to pay for it. Yeah, okay, have a good day. I said, I would have never bought it in that condition, so obviously you're the typical marketplace scammer. He says, look, I'll show you what it does when you update in listing. I run a legit business. I don't have time to do marketplace scams. I've been selling for over 4 years, never had a complaint. I understand that when you change the price, it's going to change the price in the message. Yes, it's going to say he reduced the price. And yes, you may have been selling for over 4 years, but to say you've never had one complaint is a lie because I've seen on your Facebook group that you run, you have 2 complaints. So I said, so make it right. All I'm asking for is the bottom clamp, the 2 bolts. I'll deal with the rest of it. I'll go get the 3 screws from the hardware store. I'll, you know, refurbish it, make it look good. And he proceeds to say, but I'll show you, you know. I said, the price is one thing. You can manipulate pics with no updates. He's like, bro, it's the same thing, but yeah, I'll get you the bracket, but you have to give me time to get it shipped. No worries though, thanks. Once shipped, I'll send tracking. So I just sent him a thumbs up because I really don't want to, you know, discuss anything anymore. So then today, Friday, he messaged me and says, I'm on my way to ship it now. Do you want the bracket still or let PayPal deal with it? I said bracket and 2 bolts for the bracket. So I want the bracket and then the 2 bolts that hold the bracket on. And then he says, okay, so what do you want to do? And I said, send the bracket and 2 bolts. And then he proceeds to say, once I send tracking number, will you close case? I don't know what you're sending me first place. You may be sending me a stick of gum, you could be sending me a sticker. I'm not going to do that until I get the parts to verify that they are the correct parts. You could just grab a couple nuts and bolts out of your bin, throw them in a little envelope and call it good. I said, obviously you can't be trusted, so when I see the parts to confirm the parts are correct, at that point I will let PayPal know it's been resolved. He says, nah, well, we'll just let PayPal handle it. Then what if you get it and still don't close the case? I have no problem sending a receipt with tracking number. I don't care about a tracking number, I don't care about a receipt, I care about the contents that are gonna be in that package. I don't know until I get it, because you could tell me that you're sending me this, you could tell me you're sending me that, but until I get that package, I can't confirm that is what you're sending me. You've been playing games to begin with. Why would I trust you to not play games to end with? So that's my rant for my Facebook group page. You know, this guy to tell me that, you know, he's got no time to do marketplace scams. He's been selling for over 4 years and never had one complaint. You know, the crackhead that's selling crack down on the corner tells me he's been in the business for 15 years and he's never had a complaint either. Just kidding, guys. I'm not addicted to crack, but same concept, you know. Everybody's gonna tell you their stuff's the best, they're the best, whatever, you know. Obviously, he's not a very good businessman if that's the way he's, you know, interacting with me and that's how he wants to do business. So that was my experience with Facebook purchases. It definitely wasn't a marketplace offer, it was more of like a group. But, you know, I did pay through PayPal, I did use goods and services, and I do have everything screenshotted with a timestamp, so PayPal has all that stuff, and they are doing their part to investigate the issue. Honestly, what I hope happens is that they tell me to keep the part and they will refund me the money. So now he is out a part and he is out the money and he learns his lesson. But honestly, I don't, you know, if you're gonna be shiesty to begin with, you're gonna be shiesty every time, you know, it's just the way people are. They're trying to scam you out of money, they're gonna continue to scam other people out of money. So, I did, in the meantime, while I was waiting for this guy to message me back, I did order another thumb throttle on eBay, and you will see me open that up in this video as well. And this was the envelope it came in. The cable is being held together with some shrink tubing, and when I did get it, it was missing a bolt. The condition of it was all right. It was a little, you know, the screws on top were a little rusty. I did clean it up. I did make it look nice. It's on here right now. I painted it up with some enamel paint. Looks great. Looks brand new actually. And I did paint the heads of the screws and all that. And I did have a cable already that I ordered because I knew I was going to need one for the other throttle. So I did message him and I just let him know, I sent him some pics that this wasn't acceptable. I certainly wouldn't put this on my bike, and I am claiming this is the customer's bike, and I told him my customer has been patiently waiting for his machine and I certainly can't put this on there. And it was also missing a bolt, and I showed him a picture. I told him I didn't find it in the bag or anything. So anyway, my experience with eBay was I messaged him, and where's my message for this? So I wrote, hello, I received my item today. The unit you sent certainly was not the one pictured. I'm missing one bolt that was not included and has not fallen off during shipping and in the bag. The cable is certainly not what was pictured and has shrink tubing holding it together. To make this order complete, I will need the missing bolt and the cable that is actually going to work, as this part is for a customer and I'm certainly not going to give him the cable you sent. On their website, they have a disclaimer saying they're not responsible for accidents, injuries, deaths, whatever, due to the parts that they send you. So I put, like you, I certainly don't want any liability issues with a defective throttle cable, and need those parts ASAP, as my customer has been patiently waiting on his machine. Thank you. I always include that I'm working on a customer's vehicle, because then they feel like there's an urgency to get the part to me, because I am, buying it from them to put on a customer's vehicle. And if my customer's unhappy, then I'm gonna be unhappy. So I always put that as a little extra, that way they have like a sense of urgency. So he messaged me back shortly after, I'd probably say within 30 minutes. He said, "Thank you for letting me know. Sorry for the mix-up with the part. We do use a generic stock photo, but my guys should have looked it over before shipping." So I don't know why they use a stock photo on a used part. That seems kind of silly, but that's, I guess, how they do it, rather than taking a picture of every part that comes in. I mean, if the part said 99 available, I can understand that aspect of it, but it said 1 available. So I was assuming that the one pictured was the one available, and that's the one I was getting. So like I said, when I was missing a bolt and that cable came that way, I was certainly, aggravated in that point. But he said, "I will get the parts you need and get them out to you tomorrow. Trust me, I understand your frustration looking for a part, and it's not what it thought it would be. Thank you for working with me. We really strive to do the right thing for our customers. Sorry again for the mix-up, and I'll be in touch tomorrow." So he then messaged me, or I messaged him, "Thank you," or no, that was him. Where's the other messages here? I'll have to go onto eBay here and look at my other. I said, "Good to hear. I will keep an eye out for those parts. Thank you." He messaged me back. He says, "I have the bolt for the mounting bracket. I can get that out today. I do not have a cable here. I know a guy that has good aftermarket ones that are brand new. I can have him send you one. Just want to double check with you that you're okay with aftermarket. Sorry again for the mix-up. Let me know and I'll get it taken care of for you." So this guy is willing to take money out of his pocket and go buy me a brand new cable from another supplier to ship to me to make me happy. He's also shipping me the bolt that I need. No questions asked. He's doing what he needs to do. Now, right there, that shows you the difference between customer service. This guy that's selling crap on Facebook has no customer service. In my opinion, he's just a Facebook scammer that's scamming people for whatever money he can scam them for. I don't normally buy used parts, and honestly, if I were to buy a used part, I would go the eBay route. They obviously have more to lose than the guy, the Joe Schmo, selling stuff on Facebook. I wrote back to him, said, "Hello, an aftermarket cable is fine. Please have him send one. I appreciate the quick response and the handling of the issue at hand. Also, the great customer service is much appreciated. Thank you." So I will have no problem leaving him a 5-star review and letting people know that his customer service is above and beyond. That's how things should be handled in the world when people are not happy with a part that they ordered or they've been misrepresented. Honestly, at this point, I don't even need this one from this guy from Facebook. I have what I need here, and we'll see what PayPal does in the resolution center. And if they want me to send it back to them and they refund me the money, then so be it, because at this point I really don't need it. And I mean, I could hang on to it and just order the part up that I need, but to order those 3 screws on top, the limit screw, and then the 2 bolts with the clamp for the bottom, it's gonna cost me over $80. And I've already priced it out, and it just doesn't make sense to do it that way. I might as well just, you know, buy a whole new assembly and be done with it for $145. I did look at a Z251, and the price was cheaper. I don't know why. They look the same. They pretty much are the same. So I don't know if it's just because the bike is, you know, a lesser of a bike that it's cheaper. I'm not sure why that is, but anyway, I will post a follow-up video on what happens with this PayPal account and, you know, what he's doing on his end to make it right, or lack of, I guess you could say. But honestly, I don't like buying used parts. I just prefer to buy new because it's just easier. But if I were to buy used, I would just go the eBay route. And if you guys are looking for a used part, message the seller and be like, hey, can you send me a picture of what you have on hand or what you're gonna be sending me, so I can just take a look. And you know, it'll probably take 5 minutes out of his day and save himself, you know, grief at the tail end of it, because if he just sends it to you and you're not happy with it, then, you know, it's gonna probably take 20 minutes out of his day, because then he's gonna have to print off a return label and send it to you, or, you know, do all that kind of stuff to figure it out. So, little word of wisdom: if you're gonna buy a used part on eBay, even Marketplace, I guess, have them send you a picture. I think eBay would be more of a better way to go, because they have more to lose. They don't want to lose their eBay account, especially if they sell lots of parts.